Welcome to Finance 300, and this is your online instructor, Diana Block, and this is week 11. So this week is the final week of the course, and remember the course ends on Thursday night at midnight. The class is over. Everything that is going to be part of your course grade has to be submitted by that time. And this week you have a class discussion that you're going to participate in, and so you'll want to have all three of your comments, your main post and your 2 response posts. You'll want to have all of that in by Thursday because everything needs to be in by Thursday this week. And then you'll also have the final exam part 1 and final exam part 2. There's no new reading material this week because this is a cumulative testing that's going to just test everything that we've talked about already thus far. What you do have this week is some practice problems. And the practice problems are there to kind of refresh you on some of the things that we've done and get you into practice for the final exam. So you may want to work through these before you start the final exam. Or if you have trouble on the exams, you can refer back to these because the answers are included. But some of the things that you're going to review on the practice sheet are using information off of the balance sheets and off of the other financial statements like the income statement. So this first example problem that you see here is just asking you to put together some of the missing information using the information that you have here. So for example, it asks you what are the fixed assets, the net fixed assets. So we see that there's fixed assets given, and then we've got some accumulated depreciation. So in order to find out what the fixed asset net is, we'd have to take the fixed assets that were given, subtract the accumulated depreciation, then we'll know how much the net fixed assets are. Then you've got like current assets, asking how much are your current assets. So you'll have to find all the current assets in here. So current assets are cash, accounts receivable, and inventory. You've got inventory also. So you've got your current assets. So you'll just work through this problem in that similar fashion, finding the information that you need based on the information that's given. And that'll kind of refresh you on some of those things that we worked on. On this second problem is going to generate cash flows. You're going to find out some information that will help you put together a statement of cash flows. So this is the operating activity section that you're going to complete. And so what you would do is just add in here in this column the beginning amounts for all of these different accounts. So keep in mind, some of it's over here and some of it's over here, depending on what you're looking for. So the accounts receivable is clearly over here, so we'll add that in. The inventory is over here, so we can add that in. Oh. Okay, what did I do? Here we go. Inventory right there. And so then we got to get the payables. The payables, the beginning at payables is over here, so we'll go and grab that. And so we'll just fill all the rest of that in on this column, and then you'll also get the ending amounts, which you've got ending amounts here and some ending amounts here. Then in this column you can get the difference between them and your total difference in those accounts, and then you can fill out this information to get the cash flow from operating activities. So again, this is just a refresher on some of the things that we've already done. Then in this section we're going to get some present values and future values. So remember, we used Excel to calculate these for us. So we remember you're going to use that FV function to get the future value if you know the current value, and the PV function to get the present value if you already know the future value. So whatever value you're looking for, whether that's future or present, that's the formula or function that you'll use. And you basically plug your information into Excel, if you remember, and Excel spits the answer out for you. So you're going to use the FV or the PV in this section. And then you've got additional problems here that'll continue to just review concepts that we've worked with. Find the market price of a bond. So remember that these are things that we can do in Excel also. Excel is able to do these calculations for us. And to get the price, we're going to use the present value function. When we're looking for the price of a bond, what we're looking for is what is the present value. And then the current yield, we've got a formula in the book we're going to use to calculate the current yield. So if you need to refresh on that, that's something you'll want to look at as well. And we're going to continue to use some of those present value functions as we apply it to bonds. Where'd it go? Here we go. Getting the present values of bonds. That's what we're looking at. We're still talking about present value functions. And we also talked about beta and how that's a measure of risk. And so we discussed how we can get the beta of a portfolio. Recall that we did that. And the expected return of a portfolio. We're just basically doing weighted averages there. So if you need to look that up, you can do that as well. So there's several different concepts on here, and you have the your answer sheet, and you also have your textbook and your previous assignments that look at all of these various things that we've gone over before. And I don't want to take too much of your time because you do have tests to do this week in addition to these practice problems. So, but if you have any questions about any of this material that we covered and you don't remember going over that or anything like that, feel free to shoot me an email and we can talk about it, or we can get on the phone, whatever works best for you. But it's been my pleasure to work with you this quarter, and I wish you good luck on your tests, and have a great week.